Mao is in the dormitory with his roommates. Played the four-corner game that is said to be psychic, but nothing happened. However, when I went back to the dormitory with my roommates today, and I found something. Our dormitory is for 4 people, but why are there 5 of us now? Looking at Lin Yu walking in front. Zhang Yuanyuan, Fang Ai, and Vivian. I broke out in a cold sweat in the evening breeze. I looked at the 4 of them with horror. In my memory, it has always been a few of us living in one dormitory. Why am I here now? I just realized that there is one more person. When I became aware of this fact, my brain exploded with a bang. I just feel goosebumps all over my body. Who is the extra person? Lin Yi and Fang Ai saw me walking behind. He took my arm from left to right. Why are you walking so slowly today? I'm tired of studying late. I didn't say anything, looking at the smiling faces of the other 4 people. Just creepy. Ouch, look. Nyan is stupid. Did you get scared when you played the four-corner game yesterday? Zhang Yuanyuan blinked. I suddenly remembered what happened yesterday, because yesterday was the weekend. No one went home. To relax, we are in the dormitory. Played the Four Corners game that is said to be haunted. The specific game content is to turn off the lights. 4 people standing in the corner of the room. The person in the first corner walked towards the person in the second corner. The person in the second corner walks towards the third corner. Logically speaking, when the last person walks to the first corner, that corner should be empty. If you meet someone in the first corner, then this person is an extra ghost. I can't remember. I finished playing this game yesterday, when Lin Yi played the game yesterday. Is there anyone in the first corner? I caught the hand of my best friend, Lin Yi, asked him gently. Lin Yi thought about it and said I don't remember. He went giggling and talking to the others again. I could see it in their faces. I was the only one who noticed that there was an extra person in the dormitory. Fear spread to my limbs and bones in an instant. I mechanically followed my roommates back to the dorm. I'm too scared to say what I found. I have the habit of keeping a diary. I'm going to read from the diary what was written about yesterday's four-corner game. But after returning to the dormitory, I found that my diary was missing. I usually keep my diary under my pillow, but I can't find him anywhere today. What are you looking for? Gossip asked me. Oh, I'm looking for the diary. I kept calm. He looked around the bedroom. Some people are already in bed. Some people are sitting at tables. It doesn't matter even if there is no diary. I can also find out who is the extra person. There are only 2 beds in the dormitory. Everyone will go to bed one after another before the lights go out at 11:30. Who doesn't have a bed? Who is the extra person? But after finding out, what should I do? I've climbed into my own bed. Keep your head down and keep looking on the 4 people who were joking in the dormitory. Because of nervousness, I subconsciously started biting my fingers. I just feel that my heartbeat is more and more flustered. Just then, the lights in the dormitory suddenly went out. There was a scream in the dormitory. It's only 10:30. Why is the light out? Gossip complaints resound. Maybe there's a power outage. I still want to do the topic, the plant said in a sigh. There was a faint sound of going to bed in the dormitory. Lights out earlier than they should have. I don't even know who. No bed available. I swallowed in the dark. Are there still 5 people in the dormitory now? I had an idea, thought of a way to confirm the number of people in the dormitory now. Can't sleep. Let's tell a story, I said softly. Fang Ai was the first to agree. Lights out early today. I can't sleep either. Just start with me. I'll be the first to speak. As Fang Ai spoke, he began to tell a story. He is a sports student, so here's an anecdote from the sprint team. After the plan is finished, it should be Lin Yi who slept with him out of bed. But Lin didn't speak for a while. Lin Yue plans to ask. He seems to have just gone to the bathroom. He's not back yet, Zhang Yuanyuan said. Here, my heart sank. Lin Yi and I have known each other since junior high school. He shouldn't be the extra person, right? But why is the story of the plan finished? He hasn't come back yet. After thinking about it, I climbed out of bed. I'll go to the bathroom. The bathroom in the dormitory is at the end of this floor. While walking through the hallway, every bedroom is quiet. The lights were turned off early. Everyone shouldn't go to bed so early. Why is no one talking? It's just me in the hallway. The patter of footsteps makes an empty echo. And it was this deathly silence that gave me a shiver. Hurry up and go to the bathroom. Lingyi, are you there? I peered into the empty bathroom and yelled. The untightened faucet is dripping. I tilted my pale face into the mirror. When I was so scared that I wanted to go back to the dormitory, I saw him sticking his head out of the innermost compartment. I breathed a sigh of relief. Walk over to Kaolin. What took you so long? Didn't wait for me to finish. Lingyi pulled me into the compartment. In the dark, I heard Lingyi could be lowered. But I can't hide the trembling voice. People here. I grabbed Lingyi's hand tightly. You also found my nerves, which have been taut, relaxed a little. If Lingyi also noticed this, does that mean he is like me? I suspect the plan is the extra person. Why do I ask? Because I saw him died downstairs in the dormitory. It looks like he fell to his death. Lin swallowed his saliva. Our dormitory is on the 3rd floor. Although not at the top, but jump if you land on your head. Fell to his death downstairs in the dormitory. But he was just telling a story in the dormitory. My scalp exploded. I haven't had time to ask Len for details yet. Suddenly in the bathroom, I heard Fang Ai's voice. What are you doing? Fang Ai's voice came from above. I subconsciously looked up. I saw Fang Aishing from above the compartment next to it. Half of his head popped out. He stared at me and Lingyi, eyes wide open. The eyeballs are clinging to the lower sockets and looking at us. Yi screamed. Lingyi also saw Fang Ai. He was shaking, but before we can respond, Fang Ai retracted his head, opened the door to our compartment. Fang Ai standing in front of us looks normal. He smiled. And you haven't been back for so long. I came to see. Come on, it's Lingyi's turn to tell the story, but he didn't move, just standing coldly at the door of the cubicle, looking at me and Ling with a weird smile on his face. There's a big one that we don't go out. He doesn't leave either. Lingyi quietly pulled my hand. I calmed down. I walked out of the bathroom with him as if nothing had happened. Go to the dormitory, the current situation. Hold on to the plan first. After returning to the dormitory, I tripped over something in the dark, fell to the ground. Ouch, sorry, it's my suitcase. Zhang Yuanyuan said. Nyan, are you alright? You have safflower oil. Do you want me to find it for you now? Vivian, there are always inexplicable bruises and wounds. So she always has all kinds of medicine at hand. I didn't fall. So I declined Vivian's kindness. After climbing into bed, I heard Fang Ai Yoyu say that Ling Yudong was telling a story. I don't know what to say. Let Faiwen speak first. I think about it, Ling Yi said perfunctorily. Vivian paused. Tell me the story I want to tell. It happened in our school. Before the legend, there is a girl in the school. She was bullied by her roommate for a long time. He can't take it anymore. So he chose to commit suicide by jumping off a building. After this happened, the school not only did not hold his roommates accountable, instead, to keep the roommate's secret, distributed the poverty student allowance to his roommate. It is said that the ghost of the girl now, still in the girls' dormitory, jumped off the building. I suddenly remembered what Lingyi said to me just now. Fang Ai. Could it be the girl who was bullied and committed suicide? But Fang Ai has always been in my memory. I still remember last semester Fang Ai's appearance at the sports meeting. If he was the ghost of the Four Corners game in the memory before yesterday, he shouldn't appear. Can this ghost still modify our memories? Oh, what the hell are you telling? Don't say. He always has inexplicable injuries on his body. Think about it. I actually don't know when I fell asleep. When I wake up in a daze, I saw a man standing in front of my bed. He got really close, staring motionless at me in the dark. It's when gossip sees gossip's eyes. I almost screamed. Only one pair of eyes is exposed. It's on the edge of the bed. Look at me expressionlessly. He didn't dare to move and looked at Vivian, and he looked at me for a second. Then he turned his head and left lightly. I haven't waited for the goosebumps on my body to go away. My phone screen lit up. It was Zhang Yuanyuan who sent me a WeChat. Are you okay? Are you scared? It should be that I made a big movement in bed just now. Zhang Yuanyuan heard it. Zhang Yuanyuan said again that you kicked the bad word just now. I opened my eyes and saw Vivian standing in front of my bed. I guess he came over to your bedside to see you. Looking at the WeChat sent by Zhang Yuanyuan, the fright I had just received slowly subsided. Because Vivian hasn't sleepwalked in a long time, I almost forgot. Looks like the bruises and injuries on her body, probably also when sleepwalking. Did you accidentally bump it? And then I thought of Zhang Yuanyuan, the suitcase in the dormitory. One tripped over him. Zhang Yuanyuan is a local. What do you mean? Lin Yi is dead, but he was just telling me in the toilet. Did he see Fang Ai's body? And I also took Lin Yi's hand. His hands are clearly hot, staring at the words sent by Zhang Yuanyuan on the screen. I suddenly discovered a logical flaw. Think about it, and think about it. I finally typed out a line. If you saw Vivian kill Lin Yi yesterday, why did you pack your bags today and decide to leave? Logically speaking, if she is afraid, I should be home during the day today. Zhang Yuanyuan returned quickly. It was too late last night. I woke up in a daze. Vivian was seen standing in front of Lin's bed with a knife, poking her with a pillow, but Lin didn't make a sound at all. I asked, why do you think Lin Yi is dead in the dorm tonight? I just found out that Lin Yi has no shadow. The current situation is too confusing. Lin Yi said he saw Fang Ai's dead body. Zhang Yuanyuan said Gossip killed Lin Yi while sleepwalking last night. Today's Lin Yi has no shadow. Who is telling the truth? Plus that weird campus talk Vivian said before bed. And the Four Corners game we played yesterday. I always think it should have something to do with the extra people and Zhang Yuanyuan's dialogue box. It keeps showing that the other party is typing. What else does he want to say? I'm looking at my phone screen, waiting for Zhang Yuanyuan to send a new message. And I was looking at this chat box. I suddenly realized something was wrong. Before lights out today, while I was looking for my diary, I heard Zhang Yuanyuan say something. The facilities in our dormitory are also too poor. This staircase is hard to climb. If you only listen to this sentence, Zhang Yuanyuan should have slept in bed. If he gets out of bed, there is absolutely no need to climb stairs. And from the conversation he just had with me, he said Vivian was standing by his bed. If Zhang Yuanyuan could see Vivian standing in front of his bed, then he should be sleeping in my next bed. Which bed did Zhang Yuanyuan sleep in? I was horrified to find out. I can't remember at all. But there is one thing I can be sure of. The person who sent me WeChat, not alone with the person who slept in my bed. Who sleeps in my next bed? Who is sending me WeChat again? My teeth are crunching up and down. Cold sweat seeps out of the pores drop by drop. Zhang Yuanyuan finally edited the message and sent it. By the way, your diary fell on my bed. It must have fallen through the crack of the bed. Don't worry, I didn't watch it. I'll give it back to you now. I just finished reading this WeChat. I saw a pale hand holding my diary. Handed up from the bed. This hand is indeed round, because he is the only one in our dormitory. People with long nails, but his hands were too white, not only pale, with a cyan purple that doesn't look like a living person. I'm afraid to reach for my diary. Seems to be tired of waiting. Zhang Yuanyuan sent WeChat again. Why don't you take your diary? Are you asleep? See, I didn't reply. Zhang Yuanyuan suddenly became irritable. He keeps sending me WeChat. Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you asleep? The chat box was swiped quickly. The whole screen is only Zhang Yuanyuan's sentence. Are you asleep? And not only that, my bed suddenly shook. It's like someone is vigorously shaking this bed. Make him squeak. Are you asleep? You fell asleep. Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Zhang Yuanyuan is shaking my bed. It's too powerful. From the shaking amplitude of the bed, doesn't look like a girl at all. Even say one can do it, The weird thing is, the sound is so loud, no one in the dormitory woke up. I almost rolled out of bed. Tears came out of my eyes. I can't imagine. If you get out of bed, Zhang Yuanyuan quieted down. The bed stopped shaking. His hand is pulled back. I didn't bite your bed. Zhang Yuanyuan sent another goodnight emoji. I stopped chatting, shined the light on the phone screen. With a trembling hand, he opened the diary. I want to see what really happened yesterday. If I had noticed that there was one more person, then it will definitely be recorded in the diary. I quickly flipped to the last page of my diary. I was going to play a four-corner game, but the gossip says bad things happened in the girls' dormitory. We are afraid of accidents or really attracting ghosts. So in the end, I still didn't play this game. When you see these two sentences, how is that possible? How is that possible? Didn't we play four corners yesterday? I always thought, how can there be an extra person? My trembling hands clattered through the diary. I want to see from the diary. Can you find any other clues? What scares me even more is the whole, this diary is actually blank. Why have I always had the habit of writing a diary? I was irritable and flustered and flipped through the diary again. Suddenly, I found a line written on one of the pages. I hate my roommates so much. I want to kill them. This line is indeed my note, but I can't remember writing anything like this at all. I want to kill my roommates. It shouldn't be. Why do I have this idea? Before today, I have a good relationship with several of them, so now their ghosts have come to me for revenge. I flipped through a few more pages of my diary, but I don't know why, the diary suddenly became distorted. As soon as the page is turned, it falls out of the sediment. What is this? When my thoughts are confused, the phone screen is on again. Fang AI sent me WeChat. What's the matter? Your bell was ringing just now. Staring at Fang AI's name, I didn't know how to reply for a while. His WeChat, he was also the one who was seen dead. If I tell Fang AI about Zhang Yuanyuan, how will he react? Think of this. I hid under the quilt and sent Fang AI a WeChat. Fang AI, let me tell you something. Don't be scared. Fang AI sent one back. He took a deep breath. I think there is something wrong with Zhang Yuanyuan. Then I put Zhang Yuanyuan's mystery of getting in and out of bed. I told Fang AI everything, but I didn't tell Fang AI. Zhang Yuanyuan said that the scandal killed Lin Yi. Fang AI sent a speechless emoji. Are you drowsy? Zhang Yuanyuan was already sleeping with you. He's going to bed today. I want to borrow my power bank. I asked him to come to my bed by himself. Although I can't remember where Zhang Yuanyuan slept, but she remembered that Fang AI also slept on the bed, two beds side by side. Fang AI's bed is right next to mine. See him say that. I suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. Maybe I'm just nervous. I can't remember that Zhang Yuanyuan slept with me out of bed. Then it's me who can confirm the bed. Fang AI and Zhang Yuanyuan. If Zhang Yuanyuan wasn't lying, then Vivian killed Aunt Lin who was sleeping. Vivian is the extra one, but I'm still not sure. Thinking of the sentence I wrote in the diary, I feel like I have a mystery in me too. Think again and again. I asked Fang AI about the pressure of studying recently. I don't think my memory is very good. Have I ever had a fight with you before? I don't remember. After sending this sentence, I feel a little too abrupt. I was thinking about how to find an excuse to get away with it. The plan has been replied. I was pushed downstairs by you and fell to my death. The body was also seen by Lin Yi. Don't you remember? What's he saying? My mind went blank. The hand holding the phone is also stiff. I just feel hairy all over. When I went to the bathroom today to find you and Lin Yi, I heard what you said, so I deliberately scared you. But I didn't relax at all. The fear in my heart has only increased. I remembered the way Fang AI was lying on the cubicle. I just realized now, Fang AI couldn't possibly lie on it. Our bathroom is a squat pit. Baffles are tall, about 2 feet. Put her head up to see me and Lin Yi. And when did he enter the bathroom? I didn't hear his footsteps at all. Think of this. I subconsciously looked up, sleep on top of my head. Zhang Yuanyuan didn't go to his bed to get the power bank at all. I retracted my gaze precisely. He was lying on his bed all stiff. A round face appeared in front of my face. He didn't know when to climb into my bed, lying on my side, squeezed in the gap between me and the wall. And there is a piece of glass around Zhang Yuanyuan's neck. It's gushing out. Blood soaked my quilt and splashed on my face. Zhang Yuanyuan looked at me, put the mouth at an incredible angle, show a weird and scary smile. You found that I didn't take the power bank. My brain went blank. I subconsciously want to scream. However, Zhang Yuanyuan suddenly reached out and covered my mouth. Vivian is sleepwalking again. Let's not wake him up to sleep. Saying that, Zhang Yuanyuan closed her eyes. Because of fear, tears welled up in my eyes. I wanted to run, but I saw Zhang Yuanyuan like this, squeezed on my bed. I didn't dare to move. Vivian's footsteps sounded again. I turned to look at the bedside. I saw a mobile phone screen lit up by the bedside. There's only one lying on the screen, and they're all dead. He took it back, started walking around the dorm again. Zhang Yuanyuan's hand has been removed from my mouth. He kept his eyes shut, seems to be really asleep. I slowly got up from my bed, then climbed down the stairs and get out of bed. With the help of Vivian's footsteps wandering in the dormitory, I gently opened the dormitory door, then ran out like crazy. No, wait a minute, Vivian. The only person who is not having any problems now is Vivian. He is alive. I have to go with him. Think of this. I was just about to go back to find Vivian. I saw that he had caught up. Miss, did you notice that there is one more person in our dormitory? Vivian and I ran side by side. He whispered to me. My first sleepwalking was fake, just to see who's in the bed. What do you see? I swallowed. I saw them all dead. Gossip is concise. And he's a sprinter. All of a sudden, it ran in front of me. Nyan, go fast. We ran down the stairs. I'm getting ready to keep up with the scandal, but suddenly my foot hurts. It seems to have been pricked by something. I came out in a hurry. I'm not wearing shoes, and the window at the corner of the stairs. I don't know when it broke. By the moonlight, I saw clearly just now in the dark. The scandal I never saw clearly. He was walking backwards towards me, but his face is facing me. Gossip's had turned 180 degrees. Don't care about the pain in your feet. Pushed away Vivian, who had retreated in front of me. Run down the stairs. Remember where you are going. Vivian's voice came from behind me. I heard him running closer and closer to me. You can only grit your teeth and speed up to run out. Nyan is not here. Just when I had rushed to the first floor, standing in front of me. Except this time he pointed the back of his head at me. I immediately turned my head and ran in the other direction. I remember the girls' dormitory. There is an emergency exit in the building, just in the other direction. I kept praying in my heart that he wasn't locked. I don't know why. This time the scandal didn't catch up for words, and I ran to that door. He flipped the door handle open. He rushed out without looking at it. Suddenly, a dazzling white light lit up in front of my eyes, and I'm powerless. Fall forward. Wake up. He woke up before losing consciousness. I heard someone say in surprise. I tried my best to open my eyes. What comes into view is a white ceiling. There was also a pungent smell of disinfectant in the air. Several people in white coats approached me, look at me with joy or excitement. Where is this place? I open my mouth and feel thirsty. Saying a word is like bleeding from a dry throat. Someone carefully fed me a sip of water. See me still looking around confused. One guy said, "This is a hospital." Did I run out of the dorm? Before I ask a question, you are the only survivor of the earthquake in dormitory 304. What earthquake? Look at me confused. The doctors looked at each other. Told me the truth with a kind face in their accounts. I'm the extra person in the dorm. I didn't live in room 304 at first. The four of them and I are not even in the same class. In my old dorm room, because of poor family conditions. I was bullied by 3 other roommates for a long time. They either wet my bed in the winter or brush my shoes with my toothbrush, Sometimes they beat me together as long as they are unhappy. I'm afraid to tell my teachers and parents because they threaten me. If I say it, just withdraw my application for poor student assistance. One of them is the monitor. All applications for poor student assistance go through his hands. And his family is privileged. I don't think I can provoke him. In this long period of depression, it was Lin Yi who discovered my mistake. Lin Yi and I were not in the same class after entering high school. Lin Yi, they often take me to live in their 304 dormitory. Lin Yi's 3 roommates welcomed me very much, not because of the dormitory, one more student from another class, and feel unhappy. Instead, all 4 of them asked me to take turns, sleep with them. Later, Zhang Yuanyuan was a local. So he wants to drop the lawsuit, vacate a bed, let me move directly to dormitory 304. The day of the earthquake, Zhang Yuanyuan has packed his suitcase, waiting for his parents to drive to school to pick him up. All of a sudden, there were screams in the girls' dormitory building. The school palace is interrupted, and it was dark in the dorm, and chaos. Zhang Yuanyuan asked us not to run out in a hurry. Instead, he hid under the table in the dormitory for emergency shelter. But there are only 4 tables in the dormitory, but there are 5 of us. The space under the table is cramped. It's not enough for 2 people to hide. The wardrobe and the bottom of the bed are also very narrow. People can't get in at all. Fang Ai made a decisive decision, pushed me under his desk. Yan, a sports student. Better physical fitness than you. You hide from me. I tried jumping off the 3rd floor. Saying it like comforting me, Fang Ai opened me up. It's okay. At most it's just broken arms and legs. If you can't die, just go to the dormitory building. Someone should run with me, but he practices sprinting. If both legs are injured, even if I survive, how else does Fang Ai take the college entrance examination? Didn't wait for us to keep him. Fang Ai shoved me back under his desk. A lunch has been rolled over to the windowsill, jumped off, the doctor told me. Fang Ai did not fall to his death, but he broke his leg. And a big tree next to the dormitory building collapsed due to an earthquake. Hit the plant that hasn't been able to stand up yet. After the plant jumps, Zhang Yuanyuan asked me to pull her suitcase over. I missed the table you hid at by the window. When you use my suitcase to block the earthquake, splashing broken glass, it's very dangerous. But Zhang Yuanyuan's voice did not fall, because she stuck her head out and talked to me. A shard of glass has flown towards her. Because of a power outage, no one saw it at all. The piece of glass went into Zhang Yuanyuan's neck. After hearing Zhang Yuanyuan's painful screams, the best gossip with him is tense. Round, round, round. What's your trouble? He never waited for Zhang Yuanyuan's response again. In a hurry, Vivian crawled out from under the table. I want to lean towards Zhang Yuanyuan, but the earthquake was too violent. Lin Yi and I never heard the sound of gossip again, although the floor collapsed. But Lin Yi and I were hiding under the table. They gave birth to a daughter, so no injuries yet, but it took a long time. No rescue team has been able to get here yet. Lin Yi and I have been curling up, trapped in a very confined space. To save oxygen, Lin Yi asked me to talk less, can't hear his voice. I was anxious for a long time. I'm afraid something will happen to him. I don't know how long it's been. Hunger gradually overwhelmed me. I didn't speak to Lin Yi. Have to save oxygen. The other half is hungry. Just when I was so hungry that my stomach acid was surging, when heartburn burns lungs, Lin Yi's faint voice sounded. Nyan Nyan, I gave Fang Ai a piece of chocolate yesterday, in the drawer of his desk. Look for it. None of Lin Yi's words gave me much hope. I tried my best. The table blocked by concrete pushed open a narrow gap. Then try your best to stuff your hands in it. Wish I could touch that chocolate. Fortunately, chocolate is on the edge of the drawer. Finally, I pinched the chocolate packaging with my fingers. Take it out, Lin Yi. Wait for me. See if I can come to you. The concrete block in front of me blocks the table tightly. I pushed and kicked and grabbed, grinding my hands. Can't move the obstacle in front of you. At this time, I suddenly felt hopeless. Tears fell from her eyes unconsciously. Nothing to miss. I have chocolate myself. I'll look in my desk. Save a little energy. Maybe you heard my suppressed cry. Or maybe Lin Yi noticed my movements. He's talking again. Do you really have it? Lin Yi, don't lie to me. I cried and asked. Lin Yi, one really have. Nyan, I didn't lie to you. Lin Yi said intermittently. Later, I went into hypotensive shock from lack of water and hunger. When the doctor said I was taken to the hospital, I'm still clutching half of the chocolate in my hand. Lin Yi has never lied to me, except this time. He didn't have any chocolate. Don't be too sad. It's not your fault. Even with half a bar of chocolate, he won't survive either. The nurse couldn't bear to look at me, and not only that, Lin Yi's leg was also pierced by steel bars. He was afraid of scaring me, so I held back the scream of pain. I am also afraid that, if I am trapped alone, we'll lose hope of survival, so even though Lin Yi has been slowly losing blood, he's still fighting. Say a few words to me occasionally, before he went into hemorrhagic shock. Lin Yi remembered that he had given the plant a piece of chocolate, so let me look for it. I can't imagine what happened to Lin Yi before he died. Pain in the leg, thirst, blood loss, hunger, darkness. How on earth did he last so long? Great pain hit my heart. I covered my tearful face. Intermittent wailing in the throat. The doctor said I woke up once. But I heard that the 4 girls in dormitory 304, none of them survived. Fainted again. This time I never woke up. Can be judged by brain waves and eye activity. I must be dreaming. It's just that if I don't want to wake up from this dream, no one can help me. The doctor heard that I dreamed of being in the dormitory. Infer that I should be unable to accept the fact, so consciousness is trapped in the dream, unless I voluntarily leave the dormitory. Otherwise I'll never wake up, got it, but I think their souls should have entered my dreams. In the dream, the 4 of them took turns to scare me, want me to leave the dorm building by myself. But the reason I'm sure of this is the scandal after the earthquake. The main entrance of the dormitory building has been blocked. In my dream, maybe the front door is not the exit. That's why Vivian is chasing me, appear in the direction of the main entrance, forcing me to run for the emergency exit. I checked with my doctor about this, but he wasn't sure if he had a dream or the existence of the soul. But anyway, it's all friendship that keeps you alive. The doctor said my heart was racing. A layer of water vapor fills the eyes. The heart feels like it's been punched hard. During treatment and recuperation in the hospital, a reporter came to interview me, asked me how survived the earthquake. All my friends saying it for me. I heard the trees outside the hospital window, a few birdsong. Turn around and look. I saw the bird's nest on the branch. The tiny skulls of 4 fledglings poked out, waiting for her mother to feed her with her mouth open. After looking back, I smiled and said to the reporter, even if I am the extra person in dormitory 304, they also regarded me as one of their own. My friends are great people.